Welcome to News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery.
Welcome to the West Texas View. I'm Johnny Lou Avery, and I am so happy to be able to introduce to you today Scott Davis. He started an organization in 2004 called Christmas for Our Troops, and it has mushroomed around him. He has a cadre of volunteers. There's no paid staff, and we're going to talk about today and next Sunday about everything you need to know to get involved and be a part of this wonderful, fulfilling mission to help our troops in Afghanistan who are there protecting us. So before we do anything about Christmas for Our Troops, Scott, I just want us to talk about you a little bit and how you came to this point of starting this foundation, this organization several years ago.
Sure. I was born and raised in Midland, grew up here. Yeah, I went to elementary school, high school, and went off to the University of Texas, got a degree in architecture, promptly ignored the degree in architecture and got into the oil business. It was an Eagle Scout, and I guess maybe the scouting experience kind of gave me some direction in a lot of different ways. But I had been introduced to a young officer who was serving in Iraq in an aircraft that was an intel aircraft, and he was just an amazing fellow, and he would send wonderful emails back. He had a major in English and wrote beautifully, and he had gone over there unbeknownst to him with a watercolor set that his wife has hidden in his duffel bag, and he taught himself how to watercolor in the desert. At 120 degrees he's watercoloring, and it occurred to me the first year that Stephen and the men he was working with on the ground probably would appreciate a little something from home, a little Christmas cheer. And so I visited with some of my buddies and said, hey, why don't we send Stephen Givler and these 4 sergeants some Christmas stuff, and we'll put together 5 boxes and we'll put different stuff in there and we'll just ship them off. And everybody was just happy as they could be to do that. And so that was really the seed of what has become a much larger event. I had no intention of going from 5 boxes ultimately to over 12,000 boxes that all these volunteers have helped us put together in this our upcoming 10th year.
And the amazing thing is you have just been amazed at the generosity and the excitement of the people in our West Texas area that's come to you and said, I want to help, I want to help. Yep. And so it's allowed you to help more and more and more each year.
It has, and you know, we say it's a West Texas project, and some years ago we had to redefine West Texas. And we redefined West Texas as going from Bangor, Maine to Honolulu, and from Anchorage, Alaska to Key West, Florida, because West Texas started this, but it's grown, and people from all over the country want to help out and pitch in, because people truly do care about these men and women who serve on our behalf.
And a lot of people just don't know how.
They don't. They're looking for a venue, and they're looking for someplace and a group of people that they can trust. And hopefully over the years we've proven to the general public that we are reliable, we do what we say we'll do, and we are invested in making sure that we get Christmas to our troops.
And one of the interesting stories I heard about was that when you started out, you just got a group of your own personal friends and your family, your
business partners,
your
and so forth,
children and your wife, and you all just kind of did this in your living room, and now it's mushroomed into 2 warehouses and a lot of volunteers from many communities. But tell about the story about the New Mexico man that just heard about it.
Well, there's a young man. If I'm young, he's young, so he's young. Jimmy contacted us several years ago and told us that he was a retired, 100% disabled Coast Guard veteran, and he wanted to help the troops, but he was skeptical, and he wanted to make sure that we were legitimate, that we were going to do what we said we were doing. And so he drove over from Lakeway, New Mexico, and came up to my office, and he had items that he wanted to donate in the trunk of his car. But I could tell in visiting with him, he was really interested in seeing what was going on in the warehouse. And in that warehouse, which Pioneer Resources loans us the last 3 months of the year, we were bringing in all of the donated items that were in drop-off locations all across West Texas and sorting them out and counting them. And we had people just scurrying around all over that warehouse doing stuff, and it's always impressive to see how many people want to pitch in and help and how many things have been donated. And so I took Jimmy out there and showed it to him, and he was just blown away by the experience, and it convinced him that we really were what we said we were. So the following year, he got busy and he organized southeastern New Mexico, and he got on the radio over there, and he got on in the newspaper, and he went to the farmers markets, and he called me up just before pack-up time and said, "Scott, I need you guys to come over with a trailer.
Bring a truck.
Bring a truck and a trailer and come pick up these items." And we took a 24-foot long enclosed trailer over there, and he filled it full. And so that's really the heart of the whole project, is that people want to donate and to help and participate. They're looking for a venue. They're looking for somebody to give them the opportunity to thank these men and women who do so much for us.
And we don't often say thank you, but I think all of us feel so deeply in our hearts how appreciative we are of our troops, even though there's always some distasteful comments made sometime by other people. But the majority of the people just want to help. And so that's the purpose of this program, is to help show people how they can help, whether it's just hands helping to pack the boxes. I want us to look at this box that you've got here in front of us. This is the size box, and this is what each troop person gets if we have an APO address.
Right.
So anyone who has a loved one in the military,
Family, friend.
send the APO. You can find out how to do that by looking at the website. It gives you all the information. And then whether you're going to donate items to go in these boxes, time to pack the boxes, or to just help within your community to organize this thing, this is what we need. We're going to have to take a break in just a minute, but I wanted you to see the size of box that is available, because this is the kind of thing that we're gathering up. And remember, last year we sent over 2,600 boxes. That meant 2,600 of our troops got a big box of a lot of items from Christmas. So we'll see you after the break and continue talking about it, and Scott's going to go through one of these boxes and just show you some of the things that are in it, so it'll help you to know what it is that I need to start collecting right now. See you in just a minute.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.